The Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, my name's Jonathan Smith. Welcome to the Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach. Each week we'll go through the Dead Doctors Don't Lie show and handpick information regarding people's specific health concerns. So listen now as Dr. Wallach gives his expert advice on how to deal with the root cause of illness and disease nutritionally. If you would like further information on the products recommended in the show, they can be found in the description below the video. Enjoy the show.
The Youngevity UK and Europe Show.
Two major health issues, okay, and these actually are things you can control, but the medical doctors are going to give you misinformation. They're going to say, oh, you have an autoimmune disease, you have a genetic disease, okay? And so actually they're quite wrong. There are no such things as a genetic disease. That was a myth. And same thing with autoimmune disease, except for, bubble babies are born with no immune system because mama was missing stuff when the immune system was forming in the embryo. Now, let's look at absorption. This is a major problem, absorption. I don't care if you're supplementing with huge amounts of all the known essential nutrients, the 90 essential nutrients. If you can't absorb them, you're not getting any place, right? You're not going to solve your problems. You're not going to prevent any problems. You're not going to prevent birth defects. We can prevent every birth defect you can name by supplementing with the 90 essential nutrients for at least 3 to 6 months prior to conception. So if everybody in the childbearing years takes all 90 essential nutrients and maximizes absorption, and of course stays away from plagues and infectious diseases, you got to stay away from gluten. No wheat, no barley, rye, oats. Well, my doctor says whole grains are good for you. Well, he's actually quite wrong. If you eat whole grains, you got to live like an Asian and do rice and sweet potatoes and that kind of stuff. No wheat, no barley, and rye, no oats. No wheat, no barley, rye, or oats. Absolutely no, no, no. Because you get these intestinal problems where you lose the villi in your small intestine and it's replaced with scar tissue, and you'll go from your ability to, under normal circumstances, optimal circumstances, to absorb 95 to 90% of the nutrients you take in to getting less than 3%, even if you're supplementing heavily because you're eating gluten and damaging your intestine, losing your villi, replacing everything with scar tissue. That's a problem, okay? And so this is something you're going to have meetings with your families and retrain them because you've been given misinformation in school and by the medical system. And of course, some of these diseases are called diverticulitis, appendicitis, Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, colitis, ulcerative colitis, leaky gut syndrome. All of those things are actually caused by gluten, okay, causing damage to your intestines. When you look at them under the microscope, they look the same. All those diseases look the same under the microscope. They're just given different names by different locations in your digestive tract, so different specialists get a chance to get some patients, right? So they just name them because of different locations in the gastrointestinal tract. Okay. I can't say any more about absorption because I could talk all day on it, but you get the idea. Then, what are we looking at here? Obesity is a malabsorption disease. You say, what do you mean, malabsorption? I'm 150 pounds overweight. I'm absorbing too much. No. We're the number one obese nation in the world. America is the number one obese nation in the world, not because we lack exercise or eat too much. You're missing one or more of the nutrients, a certain class of nutrients. Being overweight and obese is due to a nutritional deficiency, not eating too much and lack of exercise. Following that theory for 125 years, we are the number one obese nation in the world. Okay, get over it. Very, very simple. Of course, Youngevity has the healthy weight loss pack and the keto diets, and we have the Hell's Kitchen book and CD and so forth. It's not like we don't have the information for you. And then you're looking at brain and neurological and behavioral problems. Every one of them is caused by a nutritional deficiency disease. Okay? We're talking about ADD, ADHD, autism. We're talking about things like Parkinson's disease, MS, Lou Gehrig's disease. We're talking about all the dementias. There's 8 different dementias. These are all nutritional deficiencies, including Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a deficiency of cholesterol. Who told you to take statin drugs to lower cholesterol? Who told you to eat margarine instead of butter? Who told you to eat egg beaters instead of eggs? Who told you to avoid cholesterol, to get rid of heart disease? Well, there are no heart diseases caused by cholesterol. There are no accumulations of plaque in your arteries from cholesterol. It all comes from oxidized oils. Okay, trans fats, heterocyclamines, acrylamides cause your problems. And of course, you get vascular dementia because you get plaque in your arteries, your brain, and it causes a vascular dementia, which doctors will call, Alzheimer's disease. And then there's, again, ADD, ADHD, depression, manic depression, bipolar disease, autism, variations on autism, Asperger's, Tourette syndrome. All these things are nutritional deficiency diseases. I had Tourette syndrome. They didn't have a name for it back when I was a kid. And after seeing 20 different doctors over a period of 5 years, the last one, Dr. Mary Jane Skeffington in St. Louis, one big children's brain disease doctor and medical doctor, she said I needed to be institutionalized because it was getting too violent. And I asked my mom what that meant. She said, well, they're going to put you in the hospital. I said, well, how long are you going to be there? She said, well, probably for the rest of your life. Well, the next day, I just started eating animal food. There was a reason, because I started looking at books and color pictures and things. I couldn't read. I couldn't remember anything. But I started eating animal food, and in 3 days' time, I cured myself just eating alfalfa pellets we were giving calves. And so I knew when I was 9 years old that doctors didn't know much about disease and nutrition, particularly things like autism in kids. Okay? And I could go on cardiovascular disease. I could go on musculoskeletal disease. These are all nutritional deficiency diseases. Contact your Youngevity associates today and save yourself, save your family, save your churches, save your community.
The Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach.
Thanks for listening to this week's show. If you're listening on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and for more info on the products mentioned in this week's show, check out the links in the description.